Helldivers 2 is the most addicted I've been to a video game in years. It's the sole reason why I haven't put out hardly any videos in the last few weeks, because all I do is play that game. And all it takes is one look at the player counts, and it's clear that hundreds of thousands of other patriotic citizens are experiencing the exact same thing as me. But why is it so damn good? Now, usually I'd start out by talking about the gameplay loop and how that has to be fun or else nothing else matters, and that is still very true. But what makes this game so special isn't just the gameplay. It's how they've meticulously crafted a universe and storyline that makes team play and collaboration the heart and soul of the game. We gotta start with the lore, and yes, it is very similar to Starship Troopers, which just means it's satire ripping off the idea of becoming a cog in the machine for Super Earth, whose sole mission is to spread freedom and manage democracy, and those things are anything but freedom and manage democracy. And it immediately imbues the game with the idea of personal sacrifice for the greater cause. And because it's a co-op game, that's exactly what players need to do to be good team members. They double down on this decision of being for the cause by not having modes like PvP, which individualize performance. Being willing to die for a fellow Helldiver in the name of freedom and democracy is not only lore accurate, it's team building. We're all united for a common cause. The game is filled with amazing one-liners like "Sweet Liberty, my leg," or "How about a cup of Liber-tea," that not only make you laugh, but they also push the narrative of being a sort of pawn who is fighting and dying for Super Earth and its propaganda and is completely unaware of said propaganda. Like, they're fully bought into whatever Super Earth says. It's the perfect breeding ground for memes and jokes, which make you feel like you're part of the community, because it's like everyone is in on the joke, but we're not allowed to say that we're in on the joke, which just makes for a really fun joke. What the developers have done is created a foundation on which the community can build itself, and that's exactly what you need for a co-op game. It actually really reminds me of Deep Rock Galactic. If you've played that game, it's really fun. I highly recommend it. If you haven't, check it out. From joining into the same ship, dropping down together, sharing salutes, hugs, playing rock, paper, scissors, deciding where to drop, the equipment you're bringing in, even having everyone be able to pick up everyone else's equipment, everything is shared for the greater good. And with that being said, I don't know if I've just been really lucky, but for me, the Helldivers community has been one of the least toxic online communities I've found. It's right up there with Deep Rock Galactic and League. And if you've played League, you know exactly what I'm talking about. In fact, in my over 150 hours of playtime, I've only ever once been griefed, so I am beyond impressed, especially considering just how much actual accidental team killing goes on. But in my experience, people are pretty chill with team killing, and if you throw up "my B, I was trying to spread managed democracy" in the chat after nuking the living shit out of someone, they're just gonna say, "Roger that, brother." I remember when I first started playing, as soon as I noticed that anyone can pick up anyone else's drops like heavy weapons and equipment, I knew there were going to be people who steal other people's shit, but I am happy to say I've been totally wrong. I haven't had a single instance in over 150 hours of gameplay where someone has taken my stuff and then when I ask for it back, they haven't just dropped it for me. It's this actual team-based community that keeps me coming back again and again, because while it's fun to have a good solo experience, and I love solo games, the feeling of having someone's back and then them having yours and they are a total stranger online, all in the name of democracy, is just... I can't even tell you how many times I've been about to die in the thick of it, totally surrounded by aliens or automatons, and some brave bastard comes in and saves my ass, usually dying while they do it. The lore and story of the game go a long ways in creating the tight-knit community, and the game developers deserve praise for their accomplishments. And speaking of the developers, we gotta talk about how the story plays out, because they've got something really unique going on here.
But before we talk about the story crafting, if you're playing Helldivers 2 on a handheld like I am, then today's sponsor TomTalk has you covered with their EDC sling bag.
This bag has been totally designed around the Steam Deck, so it perfectly slots in your Steam Deck, and you can fit your Kindle and your AirPods or whatever other accessories that you have, and it fits really nicely. It looks chic and modern, and because it's water resistant, you don't have to worry about ruining your Steam Deck because you're walking outside in the rain. The sling bag also has these really cool rotatable straps, so it's super easy to throw the bag behind you and then bring it back, because it can just rotate so it doesn't doesn't get all twisted up. It's pretty nice. It's one of those little things where I didn't think it would make that big of a difference, but it actually is way more convenient, especially if you're going on an airline or something and you're constantly getting in and out of your bag. It just makes it way more convenient. So if you want to check out the sling bag, I'll leave it in the link below. And thanks again to TomTalk for sponsoring this video.
Instead of having a set story that plays out at the pace that the player plays the games, just like most video games that you've ever played, this story develops over days, weeks, and months, and is actively being changed by a sort of a dungeon master who reacts to what the players are doing, where the fighting is taking place, and in real time changes the story to react to what the community is doing. It is a super cool feature, and while I am not a fan of live service games in general, having a story develop in real time dependent on the community engagement is an awesome way to make live service games feel like it's actually worth being a live service. And on that note, we've made it this far without talking about the fact that Helldivers 2 is a live service game, so let's talk about it. With a starting price of $40, Helldivers 2 is significantly cheaper than the now normal AAA game price of $60 or more often $70 these days. And even just with that slight price change of 40 from 70, I found myself thinking as I played, well, you know, I still have that $30 that I haven't spent yet that I could drop on a premium battle pass. And even though I'm thinking that, and I want to spend the money because I love this game so damn much, and I want to support the developers, I actually have no reason to. Just by playing the game, I've earned enough super credits, which are the in-game currency that you can buy with real dollars. I've earned enough super credits to buy both battle passes so far, each with a 10 real dollar value. And to make that even better, while with a lot of games that are live service, they lock the best items behind a paywall, that isn't the case with Helldivers. This could change in the future, but at least so far, and judging by the whole vibe and atmosphere that developers have set up, even though I have all the premium weapons, I don't always use them. My main gun at the moment is the Slugger shotgun, which is part of the base game, and the same goes for my secondary, my grenade, my armor set, my boosters, my stratagems. Everything I use most is available without spending extra money. There are cool weapons and armors that the Battle Pass has, but they aren't just better in every way like in so many other live service games, and it's not like you need to buy them to win the game or to play competitively or to be good. Some of the premium items can be better in certain situations, but if you don't want to buy the Battle Pass, you won't be playing at a disadvantage. This game simply doesn't push players to spend money. They don't have pop-ups urging players to spend money, they don't tempt you with better loot or more drops, and they really leave it all in the background where it's supposed to be. If you do want to spend something to support the developers and to get yourself the premium Battle Pass with the new armor or new guns, the prices are totally reasonable. $10 will get you enough super credits to buy a battle pass, which unlocks a bunch of different stuff, but like I said earlier, because you're also finding super credits while you're playing the game, as long as you're actually playing, the battle passes are going to cost less than $10. Like I said for myself, I earned enough super credits from just playing the game to buy both battle passes, and it looks like that's going to continue to be true in the future. If you're going to do a live service game, giving players the option to not pay at all and still get all the content is such a Chad move, and I hope more games do this. If you're going to do live service games, which I understand why you do it, if you want to continue to release new content month after month and year after year, this is the way they should be done. Also, I gotta mention the music score. They absolutely nailed it. Right as shit is really hitting the fan, the music always matches and adds to the intensity. Even the da-da-da-da when you're dropping, I cannot tell how many times I'm singing right along with it, and other people on comms are singing right along with it too, because it's just so damn epic. A lot of games I play, I don't even really think about the music because it's fine. It is just fine. It blends into the background. But Helldivers, the music adds so much richness and vibrancy to the entire feel of the game that it's almost hard to overstate just how much of an impact it has. This game is just straight fun. It doesn't take itself too seriously, it doesn't put realism higher than enjoyment, it doesn't put profits above player prosperity. It's a video game that exemplifies the point of video games, to have fun. Everything else comes second. Yes, we're going to spread managed democracy and freedom, and we are going to have a damn good time doing it. I'll see you at Malevelon Creek, Helldiver.